Hi. Alright, so before we get started, this is going to be a janky video. Even the bun was in agreement.
I can't. I'm going to go through the whole video like this, though. I got a haircut, and it doesn't work anymore.
Okay, it's been quite a Monday, you guys. So
the Mondayest of Mondays.
So stay with us. It's Tuesday, so what does that
mean? It's the Mondayest Tuesday ever.
What does that tell you?
It's the Mondayest Tuesday ever. Anyways, hi guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Boss Ravioli Queens with your two favorite caregivers, Nicole Ravioli.
Boss Lady Amy.
Shameless plug.
Dang. Hi, hello, if you're new here, welcome.
Welcome. Sparkling water.
Okay, so if you don't know who we are, we're the Boss Ravioli Queens, your two favorite caregivers, as she just said. Peace out. And we've both been in caregiving for a really long time. You can go and watch all of our old videos on YouTube. Follow along with us as we release more content about caregiving, healthcare, trending topics that relate to caregiving, etc., etc. At this point, we are currently not releasing any audio-only versions of the podcast. However, you can go back and listen to all of our old episodes anywhere you listen to podcasts other than Schmapple.
You want to know why?
Because we're poor.
Because we're poor.
That's it. We're poor.
We say it in every video.
Yeah, so.
Funny, relatable, go watch and listen. And or?
Yeah. Dink. Okay, so as you can see, we don't have a ring light. And it's not great, but it's fine.
It's the angle.
Also featuring my mudroom. So.
It's the angle.
Yeah. It's fine. It's a Monday, Tuesday.
It's the Mondayest Tuesday ever. Also, my hair is all messed up because I gave showers today, and one of my residents decided to mess with the bun.
Like these?
Oh, no. She was all... Wow, that made it look like 2% better. It's a croissant.
Croissant. Okay.
Today's episode is called Save the Drama for Your Mama. Because it's all about gossip and how it's not fun to deal with because, well, I just dealt with it over the weekend. It was super fun.
So, recently, she was having a really fun time at work.
It was a great day.
Working with somebody who just didn't know how to shut their mouths.
About literally anybody.
And, I just, like, the light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, oh my god, that'd be a great episode. Because, like, sometimes there are those people that just keep bringing up other people in the workplace and for no reason, and then you shut it down, and then they just, instead of putting their foot in their mouths, then they bring up somebody else, and then you shut that down, and then they're like, oh, she doesn't want to talk about this, and then they bring up somebody else,
and it just kept happening,
and you're like, do you know how to shut the fuck up?
Well, first of all, they were talking smack about my best friend. Like, at this point, I don't know who doesn't know that we are best friends that we work with. Like, we each talk about each other to people all the time. All the time. So, first of all, she thought that Amy's name was Amanda. And I was like, you can't even get her name right? Anyways, I put a stop to that real fast, and I told her that she wasn't going to slander my best friend.
And so, like, okay, so you would think that after you put your foot down the first time,
You mean your foot in your mouth? Or my foot down?
your foot down.
Oh.
You would think that after that point, this person would have been like, whoop, I'm just gonna sew my mouth shut and dig myself a hole. No.
No, right after I got done defending you, she was like, oh, well, I don't know if I would like the lead over there anyway, da 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 da. Who cares? You don't work there. You haven't worked there in 2 years. So, why does it matter? Why does it matter? Are you planning on picking up?
I swear, like, there are some people that just can't get through the workday without talking smack.
I like being able to do this again, by the way.
And I don't understand. It's like, why?
Like, listen, I talk my smack, but it's about valid things, like negligence.
Well,
Not just like, oh, I don't know if I would get along with that person.
Not only that, but it's like, usually if I'm talking smack, it's about like a new company policy that affects everybody that makes no sense, or
Yeah.
like something that's just really ridiculous, like an opinion that one of the Guardian has that I don't agree with, or things like that. But it's just like to keep bringing up random people that you don't even know and trying to start a conversation about it.
Yeah.
And then again, the person that you're working with, like, shuts it down.
And she just doesn't stop.
And then they just keep going.
Doesn't stop.
And I'm like, what's the point of that, honestly?
And like, when did I ever give the vibe that I care, number one, about gossip? Or number two, that it was okay to talk about this with me? And after I continuously shut it down, I think she may have finally gotten the hint because she shut up and started talking about, like, other things. But oh my god, it was hours.
At that point, I would have been so embarrassed.
It was hours.
I would have wanted to crawl out of my own skin and been like, can I switch places?
Mm-hmm.
Can I become somebody else? Like, because I have done that. I
would
have
have
been
been
that
this.
person when I was...
It would have been this.
Exactly.
Hold on. I'm Kenny.
Literally.
Hold on.
For real. Because I have done that. I have totally done that, where I was that young person that hadn't learned yet that...
But that's the thing, she's old.
Yeah, I know. But like, that was me.
It makes me so mad.
And I wondered why the drama always followed me around in the workplace. And it wasn't until I got my own head out of my own butt, and figured out that I was the problem. And then suddenly it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was fine.
Yeah, like, I think pretty much everybody goes through the phase because your brain is still, like, in high school mode.
Mm-hmm.
But some people's brain never leave that.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, and that's wild.
Well, and then
She's
now...
like, is she not, like, in her 40s?
Right, well,
I can't say for sure. I don't know exactly how old she is, but I know she's older than I am.
Right, and now it's kind of like, I'm finally out of that point where, like, okay, I've reached my adult brain. I'm no longer in the thinking patterns of high schooler, like, been there, done that. And so it's kind of crazy to me when people who are significantly older than me will try and start to, like, do that sort of thing, start the same kind of gossip when I'm working with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, did you not grow up? Like...
Are we still in high school?
Yeah.
I've actually said that to people before.
It makes sense when it's, like, people that are significantly younger than me, but when it's someone that is quite a bit older than me, it's like, are you okay?
No.
Well, and healthcare is dramatic enough because it's filled mostly with women. There are many guys in caregiving. However, you're going to find a lot more guys in, like, not in the caregiving aspect of things, but more in like specialized
Physical therapy.
Yeah, like
Nurse.
special fields, nurses, doctors, PT, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like as far as the actual like no licensing world, just caregivers, there's not many men.
I will say there's more now.
Yes, there's an increase now. I feel like I've probably seen the most men that I've seen in this field, at least in terms of like just unlicensed like caregivers, now than I have ever, I think.
Yeah. And I will point out though, many of them are part of the LGBTQ community.
Mm-hmm.
There are straight men who make really great caregivers. I work with a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. But a lot of the caregivers are LGBTQ+.
Mm-hmm.
If they're males.
Right. Yeah, I definitely would say that there's been an increase in men in the field in the last couple of years, which is good. Because honestly, we need more male caregivers.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of those fields where you can say that it is female dominated,
Mm-hmm.
Which is rare to say right now.
Also, probably why we don't make Jack.
Correct. Yeah,
Just another thing.
And it can be really catty because sometimes when you're stuck working with other women day in and day out,
oh, the cliques.
It can get clicky.
And if you're not part of the clique, get ready for your life to suck for 8 hours every single day.
And it does feel like you've gone back to high school sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you are working with someone who is a lot older than you and they just keep bringing up this drama and they keep trying to drag these random people through the mud, it's like, why?
It's wild.
It is. And especially being that, like, if it's someone you don't know, like,
why are you talking?
Like, this is someone that she hadn't worked with in a very long time.
Over a year.
And even when they did work together before, it was so brief.
It wasn't even the same shift. I feel like I should explain why I'm leaning.
She's vaping.
No. Flavored air.
Okay, fine.
Flavored air.
Whatever.
That's why I'm leaning. I don't know if we can say that. The internet is so dumb now.
She breathes flavored air.
Yeah. Anyways, I was on PMs and she was on Knox the last time that we worked at the same house together. So, and I had only run into her probably like, I don't know, a handful of times.
So wait, okay, so let me get this straight. You've obviously interacted with her before, but was this her first time actually working a shift with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's really saying something, just to kind of like paint a picture of how much she really didn't know this person.
Mm-hmm.
And then for this person to just keep bringing up these random people. And like you had said, like, what? You weren't giving any indicators of like, oh yeah, let me just talk about this person. Like, all the people that she had brought up, you, obviously besides me, you didn't know.
No.
And also, she would have had no reason to bring me up for anything.
You're the golden one. Untouchable.
I am, thank you.
So stupid. So dumb.
So it's like, I guess it would make a little more sense to me if, like, maybe she knew you a little bit better, or if, like, something came up, like there was some sort of context, but there was none. It was literally just like, oh yeah, this person, and like, this person, and this
literally,
person.
I gave her a shift report. She talked about her life issues until I cut her off and was like, yo, I have to go. I have a dog at home that I have to let out. Like, that's how it went when I was on PMs and she was on knock. Also, for those of us that don't know, knock stands for nocturnal, which means you stay up all night, which is night shift.
Overnight, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's really funny is that those same people, so like when they're relieving you and coming in for the knock shift, they will talk and talk and talk and talk and talk until you are like, look, I gotta go. But then when you get there in the morning to relieve them,
They don't even give shift report.
no, they're like, yeah, it was a great night, bye.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hello? I was just your personal therapist for an hour last night. You're the reason I didn't get sleep.
Yeah.
And then I come in the morning and you can't even say hi to me.
Deuces.
Literally. And they're like, bye. And it's just, it blows my mind. They're always like that too.
Always.
Like religiously.
Except you and I.
Well, yeah. But, like, no, seriously, I know that when someone is going to keep me and just keep talking and talking and talking, I know. I'm like, when I get in the morning, I'm going to see you for less than 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I just know it.
Yeah, NARC count's up. It's pulled up already. You just have to sign in and hit count. Like, everything's good. Everyone was fine. Bye.
Yeah. Well, it's like, well, it doesn't matter because they were collecting last night, so they were getting paid to talk to you for free.
Yep.
And then it's time for them to go home. You're collecting now, so they can escape. I mean, whatever. Doesn't matter to them.
Also, I feel it necessary to say at this point, because I'm breathing the flavored air a lot right now. It was a really, really stressful day. And I'm recording this after work, as is Boss Lady Amy. But my day was not great. So I'm just breathing the flavored air more than I usually do right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've actually not been breathing it as much until, like, you know,
Today. Today.
And surprisingly enough, my day was actually fine. It really wasn't bad. It was just, it was so busy. It was one of those days where it was just like constant. Somebody needed something constantly.
That was also my full 8 hours.
Like, and I mean, obviously, it's caregiving, right? So, like, people are always going to need stuff. But it was one of those days where it was just like, can I just get more than 30 seconds to focus on something?
Literally, because I was just about to step outside at work, and the one that I imitate the voice on really well asked me to grab a marker that she dropped on the floor.
Mm.
She was sitting in her recliner. Could have grabbed it. Could have. Didn't. Asked me to do it. I did it. I turned right back around, went into the living room, picked up her marker, and then went outside. And then someone rang their bell. Like 2 seconds after I stepped outside, and I was like, I just need like a minute, bro.
My favorite is when I get asked, are you busy? It's like, okay, if you are literally going out of your way to step into my office and asking me if I'm busy, yes, the answer is yes, I'm busy. Like, if you can see that I'm not in the main room, I am working on something, I'm not talking to you, like, I'm trying to get this done. If you have to go out of your way to do all that and come find me,
yes, I'm busy.
yeah, you shouldn't have asked. Because the answer is yes.
Are you busy? Oh, God. I've also worked with a lot of other people that do, like, the whole gossip train thing, but it's like playing telephone. And so, like, one person will say something, and then by the time it gets to me, it's, like, 4 people deep, okay? And the original story, like, I'll go ask the person who said it the first time, and I get something completely different from what I was told by whoever told me. Because I'm not somebody that just takes things at their word. I'm always like, oh, who'd you hear it from? Oh, who'd you hear it from? So I can go talk to the person myself.
Right. Well, and see, like, being in leadership, I guess for me, I have to pick my battles because I have to, like, know when it's worth it to report something and, like, address it. And then I also have to know when it's worth it to be like, okay, this is not worth my time. Like, whatever. I'm going to roll it off my shoulders.
Really trying hard not to do it right now.
And sometimes it gets really tricky, like, especially when things escalate, and sometimes you have to involve HR, and it's a whole thing sometimes. You remember the situation I had back in December when I lost some staff over the whole thing?
Do. Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was
And to
wild.
find out that it was the person that you least expected.
Yeah.
That
and
was
it was
wild.
all stemming from her, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go into it just because it was a huge thing where we ended up having to get HR involved, and people ended up quitting their jobs, and
it was
having
a
to
whole
get
thing.
moved assignments, and yeah, but it started with something so simple and then ended up... You good?
I don't know what I just swallowed.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, and it ended up with, like, threatening people, and it was, yeah, talking about, oh, if I ever catch you outside, and...
Catch me outside, how about that?
How about that? It was wild. It just ended up being this whole thing because nobody was communicating, and this person was off work. They were on leave, so I was instructed by HR not to communicate with them at all. Not that I could have made anything better. They hated me so much that it didn't matter what I would have said. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, sometimes drama can seriously escalate those things, and they can move outside of the workplace, which sucks.
Yeah, I can't say... Oh, actually, I can say, because I used to be a bartender, so, like, that's drama galore.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the whole catch me outside thing, yeah, I've been told that.
Well, especially in bartending, I'd be surprised if you didn't.
That's why we kept a bat behind the bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really crazy. And, like, I know, luckily, it's never gotten physical with my staff, but I do know of some, other members of management that did have to deal with that.
Same.
And that's so unfortunate.
Oh,
and, especially in families, like, that's what's really crazy, is that a lot of that stuff, happens when people who, like, are related or know each other very, very, very well end up working together.
It's horrible.
No bueno.
It is horrible. Oh. Sorry. The Fortnite group chat is going right now. Apparently Maddie and Kaylee are getting unalived a lot.
Solid.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that one girl that caused a lot of drama between the two houses in my hometown. When my friend got like hundreds of dollars stolen out of her wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think maybe it was 80. There was somebody that actually got like 300 stolen from them, but I don't remember which house that was at. But one was like early 20s, the other was like in her 40s, and the one that was in her 20s was saying all this stuff that the one in her 40s never actually said, because the one in her 40s showed me the receipts.
Knowing what we know now about a certain person, do you think it was actually her? No?
Depends on which certain person. What's the first letter of the name? Girl? No. Because she was never there when that specific person was working there.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Because that was when we had D and J as our management over
okay.
those houses, and
Okay.
D was the one that was over those ones.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, that's a whole story, too.
Ugh.
One that we can't talk about either, unfortunately.
Let's just say people are really not who you think they are.
Oh, that's so true.
And it is so upsetting.
It is. Because, like, you can know people in their jobs as, like, a phenomenal employee or boss or whatever. But outside of work, you really have no idea who they are. That also...
or inside of work, technically.
Mm-hmm.
They can put on a real good show.
That also relates very much so to the other conversation we were having earlier.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like how we just use first letters.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, you don't know people, truly. You really don't. And when they tell you who they are, believe them the first time, because they're not wrong. They're trying to give you an opportunity.
That's the thing, though, is not everybody is that honest, either.
That's true.
Like, there's some people who are really bold and who will actually tell you who they are from the start. And spin it in a way that makes you feel bad for them.
Mm-hmm. When
or
they do that,
they hide it really, really well.
Believe them. Mm-hmm. Seriously, believe them, because when they are being that honest the first time around, they are not...
Something funky.
Mm-hmm. They are giving you an opportunity to not go on a journey with them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you choose to go on that journey, then that's on you.
Speaking from experience. FML, bro. Actually, FOL. Our lives.
Seriously, though.
Oh.
And honestly, if someone is constantly giving you all these, like, dramatic stories, especially at work, like, going back to how people will just stick around and chat with you, it's a red flag.
Well, like, here's the other thing. You and I have talked about this so many times, but, like, people just tell us things. They just tell us things. For
real.
Either, like, super personal stuff, or, like, I've had people tell me that they sleep on night shift. First day working with the person. Like, what? How do you know that I'm not going to go tell somebody?
Mm-hmm. And, that's just it. It's like, I don't know what it is about both of us. But seriously, people will just tell us stuff randomly.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, very, very, very personal things. But then it's funny because then they'll turn around and be like, well, this is why I don't keep friends, because they're just drama. Like, I don't tell anybody anything. And I'm like, hold up.
You said what?
Do you not remember the last 20 minutes?
Yeah.
You don't tell people stuff? What do you mean?
Are you this open with everybody or just me?
Who am I? Literally.
We're ghosts. We don't exist.
Yeah, it's so weird. And then, like, sometimes I can, like, see it on the face when they're like, I don't know why I just told you that. And I'm like, yeah,
no,
same.
Literally.
Same. I don't know either,
and
but...
It literally unalives me every time. Every time.
When
because,
like
they'll really have that moment and be like, did I just do that? Did I really just say all of that to this person that I don't know?
And then
yes,
I'm just
yes,
like...
you did.
I'm like, I don't know. Believe it or not, it happens quite often.
And also, keep in mind that if you ever tell me anything, she's gonna hear about it.
Yeah, for real. That's so true.
And same for you with me.
It's not.
Because, like, literally after this stuff happens, we call each other immediately.
We're like, guess what?
Immediately. I have tea.
Literally.
I have tea.
Literally. Well, and that's just it. Is like, yeah, the one person that's not safe from. And, you know, me for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yep, I will definitely keep this secret between myself and Nicole.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Together we will hold it forever.
Well, like, the other thing is both of us have the memory of a friggin' goldfish.
That's
So, like, even if we tell each other, we're not going to remember
no,
tomorrow.
that's so true. Is that it is safe because even like once it's off to her, it's not going anywhere else because we're both going to forget about it.
Literally. My head's going to hit the pillow. I'm not even going to be thinking about it.
Nope.
And then I'll wake up the next day and not think about it. Won't remember a darn thing.
Yep, exactly. Like, sometimes we have to really remind each other about stuff to even, like, know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you know, this time, the conversation we had about, and then we're both like,
Huh?
what?
When did we talk about that? Literally yesterday. Like the episode idea?
Oh, yeah.
We literally just talked about it on Friday, and she was like, what?
And then you were like, don't worry, I put it in my notes, and I was like, okay, good.
But then once I said the title, you were like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I swear. We are the best secret keepers, because we will forget them
Yeah,
all.
I was going to say the best people to keep your secrets are the ones that don't remember shit.
Mm-hmm. Hello. Also, though, please don't tell me anything. I don't want to know about your shit. I don't. I don't want to know anything. Unless I'm friends with you, or, like, I don't want to know.
You know,
I know.
because, like, we...
I know that I'm a safe person, okay? Like, I get that. Apparently, that's the vibe I give, okay? And I understand that. But please keep your shit to yourself. I don't want to know.
We've talked about this so many times where it's like, what is it? Do I look comforting? Like, and I do, because I know my husband has said, like, you just look safe. Like, you just look like a safe person. And I'm like, okay, that's great. Good for me, I guess, but, like, also, no?
I mean, in my case, I don't know if it's my look, but, like, as far as a couple of friends of mine have said, like, it's just hearing my voice and, like, calmly talking about things, because I give really good advice. So I don't really know, but apparently I'm a comforting person.
See, like, I've been told that, like, nothing bothers me. Like, I've been told over and over and over again that, like, I give such a calming, like, laid-back vibe that it's, like, people just feel like they can tell me stuff because they know, like, it's not going to bother me. And it's really funny that, like, I've been told that so much because it's, like, I mean, stuff does bother me, absolutely. But you're not going to know that. Like, the only time...
I'm not the same. Because I'm pretty sure you can tell when something bothers me.
Oh, probably. I mean, I can. I don't know if other people...
I know you can, but, like, I don't... Well, I guess I don't really know if I hide it well or not. Like, obviously, when I was talking with my manager today, he knew that I was upset.
Right.
Because I didn't try to hide it.
And I think part of that, for me at least, is, like, I have, like, a very neutral expression when, like, when you come to me with a problem, I'm taking it in. And, like, that's just how I am. So, like, usually I'm not going to have an expression.
You don't have a reaction, like, immediately to
Right,
things.
because I'm hearing everything. Like, I have to hear everything. I'm a very, like, auditory processor. So I have to, like, really take it in. And so sometimes I think that people take that, like, not lack of reaction, but the fact that I don't really give one immediately as, like, me being super calm about the situation. And it's like, no, just because I'm not showing it doesn't mean that I'm not freaking out in my head. I'm just listening to everything before I speak.
Well, see, that's also the thing about me, is I can be freaking out and still have, like, the clearest head.
Right.
Like, I still know exactly what I need to do, but I'm freaking out while I'm doing everything.
Right, exactly. Well, and yeah, that's just it. Is like, I've been told so many times, like, oh, you just jump in and you handle things calmly. Like, no, I'm freaking out. You don't know that, but I'm freaking out on the inside.
Same.
I'm just... I have trauma
Oh.
and I have ADHD, so I'm really good at masking it.
I just got a real close up of my sweatshirt. Sorry.
Maybe that's part of it too, is like the trauma and the ADHD. I don't know, maybe that combination just
I mean,
makes for a safe person, I guess.
people with trauma are known to be better in like situations where people usually panic.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's been actually proven, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
thanks, trauma.
Thinks it's the trauma. So yeah, I don't really get it, but yeah, unfortunately I don't think that's the end for us. I feel like people are going to keep coming to us for things cuz
If you watch this, please don't.
And you know what's so funny is that one of the first times ever I'm trying to remember exactly. I don't think where were we working? I think it was when we were
My
working.
hometown.
Yeah.
When you were my boss.
Yeah. And I remember you had like asked me something about I think it was like my family or something. And I started to like get into it a little bit and I was like, this is really weird. I was like, because normally I'm the one that like is like listening to everything, because I'm like usually people just like share stuff with me. And I remember you being like, that happens to you too? And then we both were like, wait.
Wait a minute. And now we're each other's human diaries.
Literally. And and it was just so funny, that moment of realization, like, hold up. Because, like, for me, I think you're the first person ever that I've met, like, myself, where people just share stuff with.
I did it to you.
Yeah, you did it to me, and then I did it to you, too. And I remember being like, this is so weird, because I don't do this.
Yeah. I don't know. We did that to each other, and then we were like best friends from
Yeah, we
ever
did that.
since.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I think like we just like talked a few times, and it was like, whoa.
I know.
This is weird.
And then you moved, and we kind of lost touch for a little bit until you
Mhm.
started like picking up back in the hometown.
Yep.
And then we told you about all the stuff that was going on
Mhm.
with our head person at the time.
Mhm.
And I think we kind of sort of lost touch again, and then I was with Sir Icky.
Mhm.
And that really solidified the bestie thing.
Mhm.
This bitch let me stay on her couch because he
Yeah.
was being a douche.
We should do a whole episode on that.
Ugh.
It'd be a doozy.
Y'all want to know why we call him Sir Gives Me the Ick a lot? I'll tell you. We can name that. We can name the episode Sir Icky.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a
God.
whole situation.
It was a
Yeah, it
whole
was,
thing.
I don't know, it was really interesting. It was kind of like, I didn't really know you, and then all of a sudden we became, like, really close, and then it was like, oh, suddenly I have this person in my life that's, like, my
Rock
go-to
solid.
for everything. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. That was pretty neat.
That's
Neato.
pretty neat.
Golly gee willikers.
It's tears and aspen. You could tell, because it is.
Oh, God.
That's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat. Okay.
Yeah, we're rambling now.
We are.
It's good rambling, though.
Mm-hmm. I guess stay tuned for that episode about Sir Icky. It'll happen eventually.
And just don't be a dramatic, I don't know.
Gossiper.
Yeah, dramatic gossiper. I was trying to find a D name that worked with that.
Dramatic Deborah.
Don't be dramatic, Deborah.
Dramatic Dawn. What are some other good ones?
Dolly, dramatic Dolly.
Ooh. Dramatic Deidre.
Deidre.
Dramatic Dorothy.
Don't be a dramatic Dorothy. Don't be a dramatic Don. Fuck you,
Anyways,
Don.
just don't be dramatic, okay?
At least not in the workplace.
I'm gonna do the thing.
Makes for a really bad day.
It does. That's what I can't. So I'm gonna do the
Do
thing.
the thing. Julie.
Do the thing. I'm Julie. I'm gonna do the thing. You can find us on Facebook and TikTok at Boss Ravioli Queens. You can also email us, bossravioliqueens@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you think we're cute and funny, because we are. And who wouldn't want to get notified every time we post a new episode? All right. Until next time, mini raviolis.
Bye.
Bye. Nikes.